Hello, Scorpio. Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead, my friends. How are you, Scorpio? Thank you so much for clicking here. I appreciate you already. And I'm here to do a reading for the week ahead, Scorpio, as we always do during the week. I always come back for all the signs. During the week, Scorpio, we are going to be doing two hands today. So once in a while, I come back here and I do a two-handed reading just in an effort to get more energy out into the collective. So this is what this reading is going to be about today. So let's look at it for you, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Let's find out what's going on for the week ahead. Tell me what's going on for Scorpio for the week ahead, please. Tell me what's coming up for Scorpio in the week ahead. Whenever you find this reading, Scorpio, whether it's today, tomorrow, or next year, it's always going to be a prediction, and it's always going to be for the week ahead. Let's find out what's going on for Scorpio. Scorpio, you're showing up all in control here. You're showing up as the Emperor, feminine or masculine here. You've got control. You are the person on the throne, the one who is stepping forward, the one who's pursuing their dreams. Control of the empire here, of your empire. We do have the Four of Cups. What else do we have here? And we do have the Ten of Wands. Carrying everything is becoming pretty heavy for you, Scorpio. I feel like I'm speaking to someone here who is over it. I want to say that you've been carrying everything for a long way, for a long while, and I think you're a little bit exhausted. It's time to put down the burdens of being the Emperor here. I also feel like you just don't have room for anything more on your plate, Scorpio. It feels like it's full, and I don't feel like I'm looking at the Four of Cups here, and I feel like, you know, it's kind of Groundhog Day where you are, but I also feel like there's just no more room for anything else on my plate. That's what I'm getting from this here. It's full. I'm exhausted. I've been carrying everything by myself for a really long time here. We've got the Hermit energy, time for a holiday or to get away, I think. We do have the King of Cups, that's your energy, Scorpio, and we do have the Ace of Cups. It does feel like, it feels like you need a break, I'm going to say. It feels like you're carrying a lot of heavy things here. And you're not letting anyone see it on the surface. I don't think you're really telling people that you're feeling kind of overloaded emotionally, maybe. The thing is that I feel like all the things that are going on in your life, I'm seeing you as the Emperor, and I'm seeing you as the person who's got all of the reins, right, of all the horses. And so it feels like there is a lot going on in your life. It's almost like you are rejecting some opportunities at this time, or maybe you do so much work that you don't really have time for love or romance. But I do see in the Four of Cups here that you are rejecting a cup, which tells me that either you don't have the capacity for it, or I have no time to spend on it. It's not your focus. You're not focused on the Ace of Cups, for sure not. I feel like whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is that you're doing is really giving you a lot of wisdom. So I feel like over the last little bit here, you've been learning about new things. And when you learn about those new things, I feel like you take a deep dive with the Hermit energy, right? It's all about really going over all of the details, going over things slowly, finding the wisdom of all of those things. It's a place of learning. And, you know, the Hermit is, you know, sometimes we go into Hermit energy for self-preservation reasons. And I feel like the universe is telling you here, the Hermit being a major arcana card, is saying that even the Emperor needs a break. So I feel like you need a break. I feel like you need something else to intervene in whatever heavy, hard work that you've been doing here. I feel like it's just been all work and no play, Scorpio. I feel like you are emotionally available. Like, I feel like you've done all the work, right? You're showing up as the Emperor and the King of Cups, feminine or masculine, and I feel like you've done the work. And what I mean by that is you've done the emotional work. I feel like you are emotionally available. You're intelligent. You're emotionally intelligent. You're ready to support somebody emotionally. It feels like you can do that, but I don't know that you have the time or the energy. It does feel like you are looking for something other than work, I want to say. And it almost feels like there's two cups here, right? The king is holding one and there is an ace of cups here. There's two cups here. 6, in fact. So I feel like it feels like it's all work and no play. And it's getting to be heavy. It's getting to be repetitive, maybe a little bit boring for you. And it feels like you have or will possibly in the week ahead, maybe pull your energy back from all of these tasks that are weighing you down. Maybe you'll take a break or pull back just a little bit to think about what it is that you want to do with the rest of your life. Because you can't just go, I mean, you can totally go through life, just work, eat, sleep if you want to. But it feels like the person I'm connecting with here, it feels like you're aware that you could really use an influx of emotion or love or a connection with somebody, an emotional connection with somebody. You're aware that that is something that's missing out of your life, but you're also aware that right now your life is really so very full that you don't have the capacity to add one more cup. And it feels like the thought of being the leader or in an emotional situation or having to take on, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but having to take on someone else's life, like someone else's drama, someone else's children, someone else's situation. Like it just feels like it might be too much here. Tell me why the 4 of Cups is here, please, for Scorpio. Tell me about Scorpio. Got the Lovers, got the 3 of Cups. And we've got the 2 of Swords, Scorpio. So this is it. It looks like here with the 2 of Swords and the 3 of Cups that you're blocking happiness or celebration or going out with friends. And I feel like you're not really being social, that you're kind of taking care of business every day. And it is, oh, that's a song, isn't it? Taking care of business every day, taking care of business. Yeah. So I feel like you're taking care of a business, but I feel like you're not making room for play. And all work and no play makes Scorpio a dull boy or girl. I'm just going to say. So the Lovers is here. I feel like the only way that you are going to meet someone is through some sort of social interaction. So I feel like you're blocking social interaction at this time because it feels like you just don't have the capacity. It feels like I'm talking to somebody who really would like a relationship, really doesn't need but wants somebody in their life in an emotional kind of capacity, but you don't have room for it on your plate. So what you need is somebody who's completely and totally independent. You don't need somebody who's going to depend on you, who's going to be codependent on you, who always needs you. You don't need that in your life. Or you don't have room for it. I'm going to say you just don't have room for it because I feel like you're carrying a lot of stuff and it's becoming heavy. Now it's a catch-22 because if you get into a relationship, maybe you can have someone help you carry some of the burdens that you're carrying, but then you also be burdened by them as well too. So yeah, it feels like you are looking forward to the future and maybe connecting with somebody in an emotional way, but I don't think you're making time for it right now. I feel like what you need the most is to get some time alone. You need to get some time alone. I feel like what you need to do is put up some boundaries. You know, kind of stand up for yourself in front of people and say, look, I really would love to help you with that, but I really don't have the time in the day or maybe the capacity or the emotional capacity or the energy to do that stuff. It feels like what you need to do is the 7 of Wands. You need to tighten up your boundaries because I feel like you're spreading yourself really thin right now, Scorpio, is what it looks like here. Spreading yourself super thin. Got the Magician. And we've got the 9 of Cups. It does feel like you need a break. You need to be by yourself, shutting off your phone, shutting down the laptop. It feels like you need to be by yourself, and I feel like you have some things to think about. I think one of those things that you need to think about is how are you going to manifest wish fulfillment? Because I feel like you are doing really well in your Pentacle world, really well keeping things together, but I feel like it's time for a reevaluation of where you're spending your time and how you're spending your time. Because I feel like you're giving most of yourself away to other situations or other people or people that need you. It's probably through business, I would say. But it does feel like you could use some happiness, some wish fulfillment here. Now, you have all the tools to do that. It's just a matter of priority. Are you going to prioritize yourself? And that's the truth of it, right? When somebody says they don't have time for you or you don't have time for them, it's a matter of priorities. So I feel like somebody has to move around the priorities and probably put up some boundaries and lock some people out. It feels like you are not only a person, you might be in a spiritual business, you might be a person who is like a spiritual counselor or somebody who has a lot of wisdom. The Hermit has a lot of wisdom, and so does the Emperor. And it feels like you're a one-man show or a one-woman show, one-person show, and I feel like you're the person who's running it all. So I don't feel like you have a lot of help. I'm going to say that maybe you could enlist some help. It's time to put up some boundaries and get yourself behind those boundaries and enlist some help in life, in work, in business, whatever it is that's keeping a lot of your attention. I feel like it's time to enlist some paid help, some volunteer help, whatever it is. It does feel like your wish fulfillment is what you're trying to manifest. But when we see you here in this energy of kind of feeling drained, feeling a little bit bored, not having time to go out with people, it feels like it's something that you're looking forward to. You're out there looking for it. Like, where can I find the time to do this? Where can I find the time to be in a social situation so I can meet somebody here? Tell me about the King of Cups and the Ten of Wands. So I feel like what's weighing heavy on you here is that you do have a lot of love to give and you're ready for it, but you don't have time for it. But you need to make time for it, because if you don't make time for it, the universe is going to help you make time for it. So it feels like you're having a realization about this feeling of, I really would like to share my emotional self with somebody, and that's weighing really heavy on me because I have too much on my plate or too much to do. It feels like there is some sort of a realization or a shift in thinking, a shift of heart space, a shift in your energy. You realize that you're way too busy, carrying too much. The Tower is going to fall here. What's this Tower about? Yeah, and it feels like you have a real challenge finding somebody who is on your emotional level. I feel like that's the challenge, because you need somebody who is on your emotional level, someone who's also got their own life and doing their own thing. You don't need someone who's going to be in your face 24/7 attached to your hip, right? You need someone who's independent, has their life, doing their own thing, and then we meet in the middle and we talk about our achievements. Tell me about the Tower. Got the Ace of Wands. Yeah, you need more excitement. That's what it is. It's a realization that I just need more excitement, more emotional excitement. I need to do something different than I'm doing if I want a different result. We do have the Five of Wands. So it does feel like there is, I feel like the competition that I'm feeling here is that everybody needs a piece of the Emperor. That's what it feels like. Everybody needs the time or a piece of the of Scorpio. And I feel like you just don't have that to give. I feel like this Tower is going to make you reassess or reevaluate things. That's what it makes me feel here as I look at the Ace of Wands. You need to reevaluate how much you're carrying and what do you really want. I mean, it's great to make money. It's great to be successful. It's great to be in charge of all things, but there must be balance in those things as well. Tell me about this Ace of Cups, please, for Scorpio. We have the Seven of Cups. We have justice. Yeah, how do I get justice? How do I balance things? The Seven of Cups is giving me the energy of, I have so many options. Like, I feel like you have a lot of people who are attracted to you, feminine or masculine. A lot of people who are emotionally attracted to you. They're attracted to your bossed up energy. You're in control. You're the one who's got all the moving parts in order. Like, it feels like a really bossed up energy. But I feel like the Seven of Cups and the Justice card is telling me, how do I find balance for love? And how do I get my life in balance? I feel like you need to be truthful with yourself. You need to be honest and truthful with yourself that there are a lot of love opportunities and that you can make time for a love opportunity, but you're going to have to either make some boundaries, some really tough boundaries with other people who are fighting for your attention, or you need to just push some things off your plate. What's the outcome here for Scorpio? What's Scorpio supposed to do about the situation? We have the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. We have the Queen of Cups And we have the Five of Cups. Well, look at that. The King and the Queen of Cups are here. So I feel like this, I feel like you've already tried a relationship, I want to say. You've already tried a relationship and it didn't work out. It feels like there wasn't enough balance. That's why it didn't work out. So I feel like in the past that maybe you have met people who may would have qualified as a soulmate, but it didn't work out because there was no balance. There's no work-life balance. There's no balance between being the Emperor and being the King of Cups. So I feel like this reading is telling you that you're supposed to be a little more in balance here, that you've been putting in a lot of hard work, working super hard, and that's why you've got your abundance and your confidence and your glow up and you're looking really good. I think you need to slow down. You need to slow down a bit, go over some details, figure out what you can push off the plate and what you've got to keep. It's time to be honest with yourself. Seven of Swords is in the reverse, and the bottom of the deck for me is the future energy. So it does feel like you need to be a little more honest with yourself about how you're balancing your work life and your love life. And it feels like if you want to make love a priority, you have a lot of options in terms of going on this new path of love with the Ace of Cups. You have the Seven of Cups showed up. You have a lot of options, but 7 and 1 is 8, which tells me you're emotionally disconnected because you're very focused on being the Emperor. So I feel like it's a matter of priorities, and you need to figure out what the great balance is, what the priority balance is. So we do have Cancer and Scorpio here. We've got Libra, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy here. More Scorpio, Aries, Gemini. We have more Aries, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, and Gemini. It's a choice that's yours. You need to make the choice, my friend, to get the balance, because I feel like you're kind of a little bit out of balance right now. All right, second hand. Did I say at the beginning of the video we were doing two hands? I can't even remember. We're going to do second hand in an effort to get more energy in for you, Scorpio. Let's find out what's going on here. Tell me about Scorpio, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Scorpio, if you are interested in a private read, please look at below this video. The top of the comments there, I have pinned a comment. And it has all the information you need to get over to Wizio if you're interested in booking a private reading based on your own energy. Remember, this is a general read. Tell me this about the second hand here. What else does Scorpio need to know for the week ahead? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. What else does Scorpio need to know, please? We have the Sun. So I feel like it's going to be a bright, sunshiny day. I was listening to this song in my head. I was trying to get the lyrics right. I think I can make it now the rain is gone. So something is going right for you in the week ahead. So I feel like you go from a place of maybe it's been dreary and rainy. Could be weather, but I'm talking metaphorically, right? And it feels like the sun's coming out. So things are going to dry up. I feel like it's the sun is going to energize you, make you playful. Time to play here. We do have the Ace of Swords in the reverse. The sun is coming out to help you make some sort of a decision. It's like you need clarity, but the Ace of Swords is in the reverse. So the waters are muddied, I want to say. It's muddy waters you're looking through here. So you know that something is out there, but you can't really see it. You're not really sure what it is. I feel like the sun shows up to give you some direction, and also to help you grow in a certain direction as well. The Six of Pentacles is here. It feels like I want to say that that there's something here. You have a question, like it feels like a question mark. Like I just literally saw a question mark in my mind's eye that Charlie gave me. Charlie's my guide, by the way, if you've never been here before. So it feels like the Ace of Swords is a question about something. Maybe, do I have enough money? Do I have enough for myself and for other people? Should I get out there and do some more volunteering? It feels like you're trying to make some sort of a decision here, but it feels like a question that you're asking. I feel like you're going to get the answer because the sun is here, but let's pull more cards, find out what's going on here. Tell me more about this. We've got the Two of Wands, Page of Cups, one more. It's like you have to make a decision about something. And it could be something that is about to begin brand new. It does look like it's a new emotional situation, or it's a decision about whether or not I should begin something new that's emotional. Again, the Ten of Wands is here, this time with the Page of Cups. In the last hand, the Ten of Wands showed up with the King of Cups. So it almost feels like you don't have the answer yet. It almost feels like it is kind of connected to the last reading a little bit, possibly. Maybe you just don't know where you can go to meet people. It feels like the question mark is the Six of Pentacles. So it feels like it's where do I go? What do I do? Because everybody needs something from me. And so how do I meet somebody? It feels like this is something that is weighing heavy on you, but I feel like you need to prepare to make some sort of decision, because with the Sun out, I think you're going to see everything that you need to see. I feel like you've already decided that you're already preparing to make a decision, but I don't feel like you've made that decision yet, because I feel like this Ace of Swords here is a question mark. Let's talk about that just a little bit here. What is it that Scorpio is trying to see, please, in the week ahead? Tell me what the question mark is. What is this question here? We have the Page of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Wands. So something has to change, and you need to take action in order for something to pan out the way you want it to pan out. The Page of Pentacles tells me that there is some sort of a small opportunity that you want to speak about, possibly with the Queen of Wands. It could also be with the Queen of Swords, but it does, you know what, it almost feels like this opportunity here is something you need to release yourself from, or you need to liberate yourself from. It's like the Queen of Wands is the one who is manifesting, very bossed up, very independent. I almost feel like somebody's offering you something, but you've got your back to the offer. I feel like you are somebody that maybe doesn't like to be pursued. Maybe you're the pursuer, but it does feel like the Page of Pentacles here is an opportunity, a small opportunity for something that I feel like you have your back to at this time, that you don't really want to address it. It's a question mark. It's like, I don't really want to answer the question at this time. I feel like you're really busy. You're really busy, or like, again, it's giving me the energy that you're the only one who's got all the reins, that you're the independent one. You're the master manifester. You're the one who's, picking the path and growing things. And it feels like there's a lot that's going on. Things are moving fast and are very busy in your life. So the question is, do I bother answering this opportunity? Should I do that? Should I turn around and look at the person who has the opportunity? I feel like somebody here does have some sort of feelings for you. With the Page of Cups here, you may already be in conversation with this person. You don't have to, but I feel like this person, if you haven't met them yet, I'm going to say that you're going to meet them in some sort of place where you are doing volunteer work, or you are helping people. I don't know what the situation is, but we have somebody here who is offering money to somebody who needs it. And it feels like you have more than you need, and so you're always ready to give. So I feel like the Ace of Swords in the reverse, the question is, do I turn around and look at the opportunity that's here? Because there is a pentacle opportunity. There is an opportunity for love, and it feels like you're just kind of trying to avoid it. This person has their face in all of these wands, right? And I was saying in the last hand that you're a really busy person. But I feel like the Sun is coming out for a reason. It's coming out, one, to give you more clarity so you can make a decision about this situation. But I think it's also growth. It's like saying you need more growth, or you're going to get stagnant in the energy that you're in. There's a decision that you have to make here that's coming up. And I feel like it's one about, where do I go next? How do I expand? Where in the world am I going to go next? Do I go on an adventure? What's my next adventure? And I feel like you're going to come up with an answer, a very clear one here. I feel like you've just come through, or you are currently in some sort of a season of growth. So money, family, spiritual growth, personal, professional growth. And I feel like you're looking to conquer one more thing. What's next? We have the Five of Cups. We have the Two of Pentacles. And we have the Devil. It almost feels like you want to do it all, but you can't. You know you have to pick one thing. So you've got to go with one thing. I feel like, you know what? It feels like that when you slow down, Scorpio, when you slow down, when there's not enough to do, when you're not, you know, in this balancing act, when you're not making decisions, it feels like that gives you too much time for the sun to show you what's wrong in your life. The Two of Cups are sitting here behind you. You've got your back to the Two of Cups. Again, it's telling me that I don't know if you're staying busy to avoid your feelings. It feels that way a little bit to me here, but the sun is coming out now and making you make a decision about the Five of Cups, about the two cups that are sitting here on the five. It does feel like you're kind of going back and forth, it feels like, as to whether you want to add anyone else to your life. And it feels like it's a back and forth sort of decision that you're trying to make, because I feel like what you're worried about is finding someone who's really codependent, who demands your time, who is going to tell you, no, you can't go there, you got to be here at 7 o'clock. I feel like you are a person who makes your own decisions in your life right now, and I think you like it that way. So I feel like the decision is, look, I'm lonely. I feel a little lonely. I'm kind of sad about that. I realize it, but it feels like you don't want to end up with somebody who's very codependent in love, right? You don't want to find somebody who's codependent here. So I feel, again, we're kind of, it's a continuance of the last hand here. We're back to this energy of should I, shouldn't I, should I, shouldn't I? I do want the wish fulfillment, but I'm going to have to make room. I'm going to have to pull things off my plate. So I do believe that there is an opportunity here to meet somebody brand new with the Page of Cups. Tell me who the new person is, please. Tell me more about this. I feel like you're going to meet this person while you are helping someone else. So helping someone else in business, helping someone else who has less than you. Like, it seems the Six of Pentacles is telling me, it's almost giving me this charitable energy. It's what it feels like. We've got the Ten of Swords. We've got the Lovers. And we have Justice. The thing is that you know you're going to have to end something in order to make room for, to really be honest with yourself, right? In order to choose love, you're going to have to find some balance in your life, which means you're going to have to end some things. If you want this brand new connection here, you're going to have to pull some things off of your plate. And it feels like with the World card here, it tells me you've got to close some sort of door. I don't know if you have too many things that are going on with business, but it does feel that way. And it feels like when you step through this when things come full circle and you do finally step through to the new world, the new opportunities here, it feels like you are very inspired to get victory, right? But I think it's in the giving up that's the problem here. It feels like you don't want to give up anything that you're doing, and it's again, not good for the love life, right? So there's worry about a new beginning here. And I feel like the biggest worry for you is that you just cannot find someone, you cannot add someone to your life who's codependent, someone who's going to need your money, need your time, need you there all the time, need to be with you constantly. You need someone who's also an entrepreneur, or someone who's also got a lot going on in their life. So we do have the Three of Pentacles. So I feel like it feels like you're worried about some sort of a new beginning because you don't know how you're going to juggle it. I feel like the answer is right here, that it should start in friendship. It feels like you need to find yourself a pentacle community, so a partnership or a group of people or a community that is like-minded. So you need to inject yourself into some sort of community that thinks just like you, maybe a community of entrepreneurs, a community of people who do the same kind of work that you do, people who are motivated and busy and their lives are full. And that's surely to be a place where you won't meet someone who is codependent. But the Three of Pentacles is about partnership. It's about people who admire what you do as well. So you might find a group of people who admire what you do, and you would admire what they do. And it seems like people who are on your team that maybe do the same thing, and there we go. You will be social with those people. The Three of Cups is back. And then we have the Six. I think you're even going to find a soulmate in there. So it feels like you really need to find a group of people who are like-minded. So they do what you do, or they're a bunch of entrepreneurs, or, people Yeah, that are sort of busy like you are, I want to say. And so we have to start really slow at the friendship stage. We have to build some stable and secure friendship first, because that's the foundation of any relationship, love or otherwise. It always starts in pentacles, and then maybe we'll get into some passion or excitement, or walking, maybe disconnecting from other things in my life here. It feels like you keep getting beckoned to be honest with yourself. So I feel like there's somebody here who's saying, look, there's nobody out there for me, but I feel like you're not making time. You're not really prioritizing it, and until you do, I don't feel like it's going to show up. There's opportunities all over the place here to be social, to find your group of people, to find somebody new. It feels like there's all sorts of opportunities for love here, but I feel like you have to be the one who makes the sacrifices for what you want, and prioritize it. That's all. I feel like there's a soulmate waiting for you, and it's a very happy, stable, exciting and celebratory time when you find this soulmate, but you won't feel that soulmate if all you're doing is carrying around the burdens and hiding your face. I'm going to let that go for now. Thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate you. I'm going to go for now. Thanks, Scorpio. I'll be out, but I'll be back because I'm always back. Love you guys. Bye-bye.